In a village nestled at the edge of a vast and ancient forest, there lived a young boy named Kofi. Kofi was not like the other children in the village. While they played and laughed together, Kofi would often wander off into the forest, where he felt most at home. For you see, Kofi had a gift, a secret so wondrous that only the whispering trees and the rustling leaves knew. Kofi could talk to animals. It all began when Kofi was just 5 years old. One day, he found a small, injured bird lying in the grass. Without thinking, he scooped it up, and as if by magic, he understood its frightened chirps. "Please help me," the bird pleaded. And from that day on, Kofi realized he could speak the language of animals. Kofi's ability brought him great joy. He would spend hours conversing with the animals, learning their stories, and helping them when they were in need. The animals of the forest grew to trust him, and soon, Kofi became known as the forest whisperer among them. However, the people of the village did not believe Kofi. They thought it was merely a child's imagination running wild. "Animals can't talk, Kofi," they would say. But Kofi knew better, and even though the villagers did not understand, he continued to help the animals in secret. One fateful night, a terrible storm swept through the village and the forest. The wind howled, and the rain fell in torrents. The animals were scared, and so they called out to Kofi for help. Without hesitation, Kofi braved the storm and rushed to the forest. Through the howling wind and pouring rain, Kofi heard the cries of a young fox trapped in a flooded burrow. He raced to the fox, digging with his bare hands to free it. The other animals gathered around, shielding Kofi from the storm as best they could. And just when it seemed that all hope was lost, Kofi pulled the fox to safety. As the first light of dawn broke through the clouds, the storm finally passed. The animals, grateful for Kofi's bravery, gathered around him. The wise old owl, who had seen many things in his long life, spoke for all the animals. "Kofi," he said, "you are a true friend to the forest. We are forever in your debt." When Kofi returned to the village, drenched and exhausted, the villagers were amazed to hear the tale of his bravery. They had seen the storm, but they hadn't known about the boy who had saved the animals. The village elder, a kind old woman with a heart as warm as the sun, approached Kofi. "Kofi," she said softly, "we have underestimated you. You have a gift, a rare and precious gift. The ability to speak to animals is no small thing. It is a bond between you and the natural world, one that we should all respect." From that day forward, Kofi was no longer just the boy who wandered the forest alone. He became the bridge between the villagers and the animals, teaching them how to live in harmony with the creatures of the forest. The villagers would come to Kofi for advice, and he would always help them find peaceful solutions, for he understood that the language of animals was not just about words, but about understanding and compassion. And so, Kofi's gift became a gift to all. The boy who talked to animals grew up to be a wise and gentle leader, loved by both the people and the creatures of the forest. And though many years have passed, the story of Kofi and his magical gift is still told to this day, reminding us all that true communication is more than just words. It's about listening with your heart. And that, dear listeners, is the tale of Kofi, the boy who talked to animals,